What's the thing that you're most proud of who you've become on all the mountaintops you've reached?
I think I have just a deep sense of compassion for people. And I have a very deep well of forgiveness.
You do?
Yeah, where people are concerned. I just
You forgive quickly or?
quickly. Nothing sticks. Nothing sticks to me. I was just recently with a good friend of mine, Cicely Tyson. She comes to Agape when she comes in town, and we're having a conversation. And she was indicating there were some things that had been done to her recently, and she had no bitterness about it.
Really?
And she's 94.
Wow.
And I
like someone
said,
attacked her or did something wrong by her?
somebody stole some stuff from her.
Yeah.
They preyed on her because she's a senior citizen, and she said, I don't have time to let that burden me. I have too much life to live. She's 94 years old.
Yeah.
I want to be like that. You know what I mean? I don't have time to hold the burden of rancor or resentment. If somebody says something or whatever the case may be. And I think I've always had a deep well of that. But being with her recently made me know that could go a little deeper.
Wow. Is there ever a time to be angry in life?
Yeah, I think there's a difference between just anger and righteous indignation. Righteous indignation, and we should be indignant when we live in a country and there are people that can't eat.
Yeah.
We live in a country of so-called wealth, and we still have people that don't have universal health care or just the basic needs that can be provided by our society. I think there's or the way we treat women or things of that particular nature. I think that there's a righteous indignation, that's different from just being angry or living at a high level of pissosity all the time that only sends toxic chemicals through our body temple. So sometimes anger can be a masking emotion for fear.
Yeah.
People can actually be afraid and they mask it with anger. So no, I think there's righteous indignation, with time that we need to act, time that we need to make a difference, need to let our voice speak about things that need to be changed. Yeah.
And what about the ego? We were talking off camera how you're a doctor, you've been knighted, sirred, I don't know, chief, you've got like 500 titles of like the highest praise. How does someone manage their ego as they continue to climb in the world?
Yeah. Well, we have to understand the evolutionary context of ego. Ego is what protects us as we are evolving as a human species. What protects you so that you're able to survive. So you're able to tell the difference between you and a saber-toothed tiger. You, back during tribalism, you had to be able to have a level of differentiation for your safety. But now we're at the point where we have to transcend the ego's perception of separation. Because right now it's run amok. We're separate from our environment, we're separate from the oceans, we're separate from the rainforest, we're separate from each other because of the color of the skin or nationality or where we were born. So we have to be aware that the ego's first job is to protect. But when that protection starts going to making us feel separate from everybody, then we have to keep it in check. And we have to transcend it. And that's where meditation comes in. That's where prayer, and that's where study, that's where fellowship. We're able to transcend the ego so I can see you and I are the same. We may come from different parts of the world, different skin colors, but at the bottom, we're both human.
Yeah.
So once with spiritual practice, you don't let the ego go crazy, and it becomes not about me, it becomes about we, it becomes about us, not just my family, but where does my family end?
Right.
Does it end with just people who are black? Does it end with people just in the United States? Or does my family end just with people in North America? After a while, you realize humanity is your family, and you don't want to do anything that's going to be detrimental to anyone on the family, even if it's the rainforest, even if it's the ocean water, And so, again, it's difficult for people if they don't have some modicum of spiritual practice, because the ego will just come in, me, my, greed, stinginess, I'm going to protect mine. That becomes the frequency. But when you start to grow, you realize it's really a we vibe here.
Yeah.
It's not just a me vibe.
Right. Two questions. One, why do you think we are here? And why do you think you are here?
I believe that everyone has the same purpose. We all have different missions. we all have the same purpose, and I'll say it in different ways. We can say we're all here to reflect the face of divinity, or we're here to reflect the cosmos in a way that only we can. Everyone is here for that same purpose. Then we all have different missions. Some people's mission is to teach, heal, inspire, uplift, to create some level of art that's going to inspire, choreography. We all have different missions, but every mission carries that larger purpose. How is my life reflecting the entire cosmos? Because I believe all of us have the entirety of the cosmos in us, and we're here to discover it, activate it, cultivate, and set it free. So we're all here to reflect the face of God, for lack of just to bring it down. Not God, not a man in the sky.
Right.
We're not that naive.
Right. Sure.
But the presence that is never an absence. So everyone has the same purpose. Some people know their purpose, some people don't.
How do you suggest people discover it if they don't know what it is?
People grow into their purpose two ways: crisis or insight.
Right.
Because sometimes when your back is against the wall, you're in a crisis, then you begin to ask different kind of questions. Why am I here?
What am I doing this for? What's the reason?
Why do I keep doing the same thing over and over? And then you start to open up that there's something bigger that has your name on it, that's calling you. And sometimes people grow through it, they have an insight, they get inspired. Something happens and they're able to see, wow, my life is more than what I thought it was.
Yeah.
So I think we grow pain, insight. One of my statements is your pain pushes you until your vision pulls you.
Wow.
So we're actually pushed by pain until we're pulled by a larger vision. And so unless an individual...
Interesting.
Yeah.
So what if we're in the middle? What if we're like, well, I'm not pulled by anything, I'm not pushed by anything, I just kind of feel blah. Is it like eventually you're going to feel pain?
Yeah.
So bad, you're going to be like, okay, I need to step up and do something.
Yeah. Because the universe, which is the outpicturing of the intelligence of the presence, is progressive. We're here on planet Earth. The Earth is circling the sun is moving through its solar system. Every heavenly body has a rotation. Now, every time there's a complete rotation, the frequency of those heavenly bodies are a little higher. The Earth is vibrating higher today than it was 10 years ago.
Interesting.
So everything is progressing. So if you're the same person that you were 365 days ago, you're not really the same person. You've actually gone backwards.
Wow.
Because everything has gone forward. So since everything is progressive, it's creating a level of tension to create a level of uncomfortability and pain for you to grow.
Right.
So that blah will become a mess.
Yeah. And it'll eventually turn into pain at some point where you're going to say, enough is enough. I got to end this relationship, get out of the marriage, I got to lose the weight, I got to do something to change.
The body temple will betray you.
Yeah.
Your emotional body will betray you. Something will happen that'll make you say, ooh, what's going on? I better read a book. I better be still. I better go talk to somebody.